Hello, it is daytime. Finally, that I'm doing a video during the day, and excuse the light and all the other imperfections in the video, but I wanted to come in and just provide a hello and an update here in Loveland. I am, as you know, building this community for lovers and sweethearts, created by a sweetheart for other lovers and sweethearts, and this space is under development. So I've been popping in just to give updates, just to assure anybody who's new to the channel that I am still on the mission of love and still working on building this space out. Just planning and taking my time, but I'm planning, and I am executing, but more so, I'll just say it like that. I'm planning. Okay. Now that that's over with, the update is over with, I want to talk about something for us as lovers and sweethearts. What I want to talk about is how sometimes when we are in relationships with people, all types of relationships, it could be romantic, it could be the relationships we have with our family members, friends, co-workers, any type of space we're in where we are in relationships with other people, but particularly in close relationships with people. So those often are the relationships that we have with family members and our romantic relationships. Sometimes you can be put in the position or made to feel like you are the problem. And I want to tell us that we are not the problem. We are not perfect, but we are not the problem. Now, the only time we are the problem is if we are, in fact, the problem in the given situation. But many times there have been incidences and circumstances and situations. Think with me. I'm talking out loud, and I'm talking to you. I'm talking to us. I'm talking to me. I know for myself, there have been times where I was in a situation with a person that I'm in close relationship with, and I have been made to feel like I am at fault for something. Now, you have to be careful, because sometimes you can be in these situations and things can happen in a relationship with people, and they will even say to you, you are not the problem. You didn't do anything wrong. It's all me. But at the same time, you still end up feeling like you are wrong or you are at fault. Think about growing up as a child. Maybe there were some things going on in the home where you grew up, and I'm thinking about my own childhood, and things were happening in the family, and you may have felt like you were the problem, like what was happening in the family is your fault. I never felt like that, so I cannot identify with that particular feeling, but I've listened to so many stories, and I've heard so many people describe feeling like they were the people as a child, that they felt like whatever was going on in the family was their fault. Bringing this back up to the point that I was making initially with this video, which is sometimes you can be made, I can be made to feel as if whatever's happening is on us. And when people do this, it's very hurtful, because if you're a loving person, if you are a sweetheart by nature, you are also likely very conscientious. So you are not trying to do anything to hurt anyone. Even though we can do things unintentionally, we can cause unintentional harm. But if we cause unintentional harm, you know what we're going to do if you bring it to our attention? We're going to apologize. We're going to try to see from your angle, okay, what did you say I did? What happened? Okay, how did that make you feel? One characteristic about a loving sweetheart, a loving person, a sweetheart, these people, we are oftentimes conscientious. Another thing I want to say about the profile of a loving person, the profile of a sweetheart, the profile of a lover, is there may be a real sense of pain that we have lived through and experienced and overcome, healed through, that may have been brought onto us, not by our own doing. Or it could be by our own doing. It doesn't matter. But the point I'm making is, we know real love because we know real pain. And so when you know real pain and it doesn't make you bitter, when you know real pain and you process it all the way out, to make it a goal for yourself to be a better person, and to be a better person than to be the type of person to others that doesn't hurt people, by default, that builds into you a sense of conscientiousness and a sensitivity to other people. So again, if we're wrong, the chances of us admitting that we're wrong in a given situation, they're higher. Being in a relationship with a loving person, being in a relationship with a sweetheart, being in a relationship with a lover, you benefit in a way that is the benefits are amazing, because we're conscientious. We want to be at peace. And so we try to keep the peace in the relationship. We're considerate. And these are all attributes and characteristics that have come oftentimes out of what we didn't receive when we have been in relationships with other people. And also, these are the byproducts of, this is what we know is necessary and required, because we've been through, again, we know great pain. And because we know great pain, guess what we don't want to do? Put other people through great pain. You know what I'm saying? We're human. We make mistakes. We are not perfect. But because we've learned some things about love, because we've learned some things about people, we move different. So here's what I want to do in this moment. I want to affirm me. I want to affirm you. I want to affirm us and say, this is a part of our profile as a loving person, as a sweetheart, as a tender-hearted, kind-hearted person. We have these amazing characteristics built into our profile. And so I want to affirm that with us. I want to say to us that we are conscientious. We are sensitive to the needs of others, to the concerns of others. We are able to apologize when we do wrong. We are introspective. We can see ourselves. We can take a minute when necessary and see things from another person's perspective. And if they bring something to our attention that we've done, we do have the ability to look within and see the point that's being raised. And if they're making a point that's not valid, we can refute that and say, you know, I hear what you're saying, but that's not what happened. Maybe you're looking at the situation wrong. But our heart is peace. Let me say it like this. Our position is peace, but it's not peace to the point of where we are taking things that don't belong to us. And when I say taking things that don't belong to us, I mean taking the blame in relationships for things that we're not doing. So I just want to say to us, our profile is beautiful. We're human, and so we do have some faulty areas about ourselves, but our profile is beautiful. Our profile is full of great things that make relationships work. And when you're in a situation with a person and you're in relationship with a person and they're making you feel, or they're even saying it, that this is your fault, this is on you, or they're not blaming you with their mouth, but they're blaming you or they're penalizing you with their actions, I just want to build us up in the moment to just remind us, you ain't the problem. I'm not the problem. You're not the problem. It's not us. It's not us. And so from a place of love, what we do is we assume our position, the position of peace. And if you are the type of person, or if you are a person who is a believer, you may pray. You may say a prayer for the person. You may say a prayer for yourself. You may just roll it off your shoulders and keep moving and just ignore it, and just don't entertain it. There are a number of different ways to handle these types of situations with people who you're in relationship with, and they are placing blame on you, whether overtly by saying it, or placing blame on you by penalizing you, and that penalty is showing up to you in the way that they're behaving towards you. I'm here to say we're not the problem. I'm here to say stay in love. Keep loving. Keep respecting. You may have to put some distance between you and this person. You may have to have a conversation with this person to help them understand what they're not understanding. But the main thing I want to say to us is our profile is beautiful. The things that are a part of this way that we're made up, this thing that we've arrived into love in this way because we've been through some real things. We're acquainted with love because we're so acquainted with grief. We're not the problem unless we're the problem. And when we're the problem, we can apologize. So our profile is beautiful. The fruit of our lives is love and peace. You are not the problem unless you are the problem. I am not the problem unless I am the problem. We are not the problem unless we are the problem. And when we are the problem, when we've caused the problem, we can acknowledge it. We can admit it. We can work on it. We can do better. We want to do better. And then the last thing that I want to say is keep loving. Stay in love. This is who we are. This is our makeup. This is who we've arrived into. This is who we have become. We are so acquainted with love. Stay sweet and stay loving. I'll see you next time.